Okay, we're looking at ESLB.com, Advanced Composition for Non-Native Speakers of English. This is a website. You can see ESLB.com. We're at the index part of the website to help students who are learning English to improve their writing. As the introduction states, the material is aimed toward high, intermediate, or advanced English learners who have never taken a formal English writing course with a TOEFL score of about 500 or more. So they tell us a little bit about the purpose of the site and how it's organized. The main objective being to help non-native speakers write for an English-speaking academic audience, which includes organization of ideas. The website, in my opinion, correctly identifies this as the single greatest weakness among many non-native English speakers. Thus, the material begins with the organization of the classic 5-paragraph essay, everyone's favorite. So we have some essays here which may be worth a student's attention. Discuss some differences here in terms of styles, cultural styles of expression. These are debatable, but certainly anecdotally, the Western Anglo tradition of writing is just as it's depicted here, top-down, very linear in approach. Can't speak to the others except there is a tradition in Chinese essay writing of being a little more circuitous in approach. So that after some discussion of this, we can go back. There's an essay about a rationale for the 5-paragraph essay. It's somewhat debatable, the virtues of the 5-paragraph essay. The author offers a justification for this. The layout's fairly straightforward and explanatory. Over on the right, we have navigation options. There's an option for an online composition class, which allows more feedback from the professor, the person who came up with this site. That's for pay. So over here we have, again, the essays are listed. How to write academic essays. We've got different types of essays: the instructional essay, the cause-effect, the comparison-contrast, the persuasion essay, test of written English. And we'll look quickly at just one of them. This explains what a giving instruction essay is, how to organize it, some principles. Some additional tips: use chronological order. Give an example here linking how to get from one Mexican city to another. An external link to a description of a bicycle crash. That's not an instructional essay, but shows some nice time transition language. And some examples. Okay, you can reach the author here down in the bottom by an email choice. And the same is repeated for these other types of essays. They give some examples of student essays. And then what he calls local aspects of writing. Explanations followed by quizzes. So look at the sentence type, for example: simple, compound, and complex. What those are. Actually, I had to remind myself. On the right, a justification why it's important to know. He's given a simple sentence with subject and verb. Subjects are in yellow, verbs in green. So that's a nice handy way to explain to students, or for students to understand subject and verb in the sentence. A compound sentence, definition defined as two independent clauses joined by coordinator. Listed as for, and, or, but, or, yet so, the famous fanboys. And there they are in 3 examples. Complex sentence, independent clause combined with one or more dependent clauses using subordinators, which are then given because, since, after, although, when, that, who, which. And some examples. Then a complex sentence with the adjective clause, or relative clause. And then there's a quick quiz to see if you understand, which we can click on. And there it is. You have to give a name, email, school if you want. So you can pick a just at random without even looking at them. We'll pick some. Okay, so we'll grade our quiz now, our random quiz. See how we did. Well, it's not going to give us a grade because we have to fill out the fields. Alright, so this method is repeated in various guises. For example, adjective clauses. Some notes about punctuation. And this is the general format. So there's a quick quiz after each explanation. And each one you're asked to give your name, email, school. So overall, a pretty excellent website, in my opinion, for intermediate students trying to improve their essay writing. I like the fact that they give examples. They also offer some links to daily news stories, news sources, including ABC, Al Jazeera, and others, which I think is nice. And he's got a list of some websites, so what he calls web folios, which is techno jargon. Where he says non-native speakers of English who want to improve their writing in English should consider creating their own websites in which to display their writing in English. Note how each website focuses on a specific theme. So these are, I think, external links. As you read the essays in these sites, first note how the essays go beyond mere assignments to please the teacher. The sites contain excellent content. So he's obviously managed to inspire some people. So for example, here's The Crowded Zone, dedicated to the electric guitar, by someone named Fabian Saavedra in Querétaro, Mexico. And I'm assuming there's some essays here somewhere. Photo of the author, autobiography. Here we go. Essays. So this is one of the students. How to buy a GEP or guitar effects processor. So that would be an instructional essay, I guess. Classics of breaking a guitar. Okay, break, B-R-A-K-E. Tabs versus notes and so on. So anyway, the author has obviously inspired some of his students. So in general, it's not the be-all and end-all of sites for writing, but it is helpful. It includes subjects such as topic sentences, what they are, for a paragraph, controlling ideas, examples. And some exercises along with them. Pretty good stuff. So ESLB.com, I would give it certainly an A, as far as a fairly decent, straightforward, intermediate or upper beginner introduction to the 5-paragraph essay and to certain aspects of academic English, including parallel structure, subject-verb agreement, connections, or rather transitions and connectors, and some punctuation tips. Not a whole lot on vocabulary, academic vocabulary. All the vocabulary is sort of incidental, but vocabulary is such a huge subject that it could certainly require its own website. So, that's about it for ESLB.com, and again, highly recommended for students interested in exploring the 5-paragraph essay and beyond.